For this video, we are continuing our run through the expedition. We're currently at 4 wins and 2 losses total. We're coming off of a loss, which means we are in sudden death mode. Yesterday's video ended with me losing to the Fiora Judgment Wombo combo, and I feel bad because I went back and I watched the game, and I might have been able to have pulled a victory out there. If I swing with just the 2 elusive units and nothing else, Fiora can't enter combat on her own and Judgment that turn because you need to be able to hit basically just battling units, right? And so if they have no elusive units and I don't send regular units, Fiora can't get into combat to use Judgment. Now, I would have eventually faced issue with Judgment later because if they attack with a bunch of things and I set up multiple blockers, they can do it while they're on offense. So I would have had to either take a lot of damage or dodge it there, or play around them having 8 mana. It's hard telling if I would have ended up winning that one even still. We had the 2 elusive units, but one of them was likely going to get eaten by Fiora as a challenge the following round. So, you know, we would have got him to 10. Then I would have had likely just 1 elusive unit. I did have the pump spell in hand to get like a little bit of extra burst damage, but on a solo unit, it still wouldn't have been lethal. So a lot to unpack there. But in short, I made a mistake, right? And I like to own up to those so that you can learn from my mistakes and try to make the right call. So I definitely, I oopsed in the last game yesterday, but we're gonna move past that now. And we're gonna dive into another game because we're in sudden death mode. We have to win this to keep the run going. And we're gonna look out for Judgment combos, but also Fiora. Both of our losses were to Fiora-based decks. It just goes back to what I said during the draft phase, which is that I really like drafting Demacia. The Challenger units are just so incredibly powerful in limited play. I mean, we don't have a 1-drop. For a deck that runs 4 Inspiring Mentors, I'd love to see a 1-drop here, but we have an almost perfect 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think this still goes back hoping that we find a mentor. I think these are good enough to keep, though. Like, we have 2 elusive units and a Zed. Now a backup Zed if they have the Mystic Shot, since we didn't find a mentor. But we would have loved to have seen a mentor. Now, we could be really greedy and pass here.
How can I help?
To take this, essentially pass, I mean, and just take this sown seeds. And I think we're actually going to. This is so many good units to get this bonus on. I mean, it's literally 2 Zeds and 3 elusive units, so. Oh man. Oh man, how greedy do we want to be this game?
Traditions are lost if not.
All right, let's hit it.
The order reward.
I mean, I know that I'm being like really greedy here, but this is a lot of raw power. I expect an open attack for them to get in with at least the elusive unit here. But I would be wrong. Now they do have a fair amount of spell mana still here. So we're gonna play this Lifeblade, which is a quality potential blocker. If they've got a Mystic Shot to back this up, then there's nothing we can do about it. But I think that, you know, if they've got a Mystic Shot, we can't play around it forever. So we might as well make them use it. And there it is. But the good news is that, you know, we still, because of order of operations, are going to be at net 20. We got rid of their unit. We forced them to use a Mystic Shot. And we picked up another Zed. All right, so we're going to start with the duo, because we want this to get buffs when we develop a Zed here. And we got to make sure we develop one of the buffed Zeds. Alright, so they go with the Karma. This is problematic because getting a random spell means they could get a number of answers that are just really annoying. Now, if we swing with this, it's almost assuredly going to eat this here, which is a bit of a bummer. We'd like to wait and then I think shadow shift that unit, so I actually think we are just going to bring the Zed.
We go as one.
Because there's no way they don't block 6 elusive damage with that. We would like to try to catch them with one of these combat tricks at some point. But yeah, the longer this stays out, the worse it's going to be for us. So we're actually on a bit of a clock here. This might be, yeah, another mystic shot. Alright, so it didn't matter either way.
Hang on, Cern.
It's 2 mystic shots down. But that karma scares me. This is a less impressive hand
Do
buff.
not fear the shrouded path.
I walk your path alone.
An apt pupil.
My life for the Order.
They won't suffer long.
Alright, so again, we kind of assume that they're going to have a combat trick, but we're going to do this. And I think that our Elder here has to block their Zed.
I will teach you.
And I think that's what we're going to go with. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Moderately annoying, but not much we can do about it.
Don't look twice. The final lesson.
Yeah, this karma is already giving me nightmares. It's so much value over time in limited. Alright, we're gonna do this now just to get us some value and then develop the Usari.
An apt pupil.
Only I can
And
quell
they have the
wind.
Yone, which is again great for them and not so much for us. And we might be exiting our expedition run here. I mean, we've made some okay power plays, but it goes back to the greed earlier. I might have spent too much time hand buffing instead of pressuring, because we're a bit behind on the tempo clock
Do
now.
not deny me.
Very well.
Like, there's no way around it. I think we have to let Zed level up, because I can't effectively stop both of them.
Do not disappoint me.
And we're just going to take a ton of damage as a result. But I really don't see any other way.
Only the worthy survive.
Now we might be able to still try to take out their Zed by attacking with Usari, assuming that they don't have like some sort of removal answer here. And if we can make it till we're enlightened, then theoretically this gets pretty big. But again, they've got this karma. They've been generating massive amounts of value from it.
An apt pupil.
My life for the Order.
So we're going to do what we can.
Don't blink.
Oh, wow, and they found their Ezreal. So they found 3 of their champions already. Technically, I did as well, though.
You'll soon
Mine were just all
understand
3
my
Zeds. So I'm going to have to decide, do I want to get rid of Ezreal with our challenge or Zed? And I think the answer is we have to get rid of Ezreal. And then do the swap with the Shadow Shift.
Kneel students, rise warriors.
My path is clear.
So again, just insane value. Alright, we're gonna be kind of greedy here.
You should have stayed away.
You cannot escape your past.
But this potentially barriering our lifesteal unit could be a big deal. The biggest issue I have with Karma is there's just like no way for us to play around anything. Like we have to prepare for spells from every region now. I assume that this is also a deny. Yeah. I don't know that we can actually win this now. I mean, I can Shadow Shift a unit here. Or I could just play another buff Zed after the fact, but I still lose so much. I think we just play the Zed. Anything I bounce, I'm going to have to replay, so it just comes down to, do I think Yusari or this are better than a buff Zed? The problem is that we really wanted Yusari to take out one of these.
I walk your path.
Ezreal's very close to leveling up. Ezreal just like nukes my board. I don't see how we win. So we are going to be eliminated from our expedition, which is not what I was hoping would happen. Even if I attack with Zed, they've got the Yone here. There is just no good outcome.
Cannot hide.
So I guess we do this. Too much value. Yone was a pretty massive play, and Karma, I mean, it doesn't feel like a big deal because we haven't seen a lot of the spells come out, but it's very oppressive when you're looking at, you know, your opponent is sitting on like 6 more cards than you. So it's a pretty big deal. But they almost instantly win here, because Ezreal is also a real issue. Her copying his Mystic shots is a pretty big deal.
Many past lives in a single soul.
Do you remember when I was talking about value?
They won't suffer long.
Yeah, so ultimately, potential missteps for this game, right? Like when you're trying to deconstruct this and you're saying like, hey, what went wrong, right? The immediate things that come to mind are we spent probably too many turns hand buffing early on. But even if we come down and we start attacking like a turn sooner, our opponent being at, let's just hypothetically say like we start aggressive. If our opponent's at like 7 here, we're still not winning this game. Like, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure we just straight got outvalued.
This isn't part of the training.
Like nobody's business.
Understood.
I mean, we can do this and then also potentially recall that. But then they're just going to replay it. Almost anything that we recall here just ends up hosing us. That's the reality. Alright, let's try this. I mean, we're dead to a single Mystic shot. But we were already pretty close to that. A single Get Excited is also problematic for us.
Eyes open.
Like that would have been lethal. This is mostly about thinning our deck so that we don't accidentally draw these and also giving us more chump blockers for the future. Because make no mistake about it, like we're trying to dodge things. I think I have so many cards in hand. Well, that would have been lethal. They overdrew a mystic shot.
They won't suffer long.
We really want to make room for this so that we can at least cycle it and try to draw something better. Part of me wants to attack with Shen just because I know they'll block the Shen. Like I could barrier this Zed, potentially, knowing that this will at least die and they'll take the bait. Because Shen's not really saving us a whole lot right now.
I find them unworthy.
So I guess we'll do this. So like I said, I know they'll take that bait, and we want to be able to cycle this elusive. We need to find some kind of answer here.
Defy and resist.
We could bounce our own Shen, but we really need to try to stay alive here, so.
The Kinku.
This is a tough spot. Alright, so they are gonna draw 2 cards and basically heal back to full.
Look within.
Which is a shame, because with a Dawn and Dusk on this next turn, we might have actually had a shot. You know, assuming that they didn't have the deny or whatever, but... Isari again helps us with the elusive damage. I don't know how we're alive this long. Like, this game is a foregone conclusion. Like, this game is over. The fact that I am still alive is a miracle. Alright, so they found another elusive unit. We are likely going to end up just bouncing our own unit with this, because we're going to have to block next turn, and bouncing one of these, I think, is going to be beneficial.
Atone.
I mean, we need to get rid of elusive units so that we can push elusive damage anyway, so we're fine with this.
Master. Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey!
Like, I wonder, are they toying with me? How am I not dead yet? Alright, so they're trying to set that up to stun me next turn when they want to attack. Or maybe they're bouncing that and they're going to blow the board up. Okay.
The shadows rise.
Are they just trying to get cards out of their hand so they don't overdraw, I wonder? Like, this is a smart play, because when it comes back to them for attacking... Is this a mystic shot here? Were they were just toying with me the entire time? Unreal. I think they realized I was getting kind of close to potentially pushing for lethal. So, yeah, our expedition is sadly going to end. And there's nothing that we can do about it. And it ends on some BM, right? Ends on some BM. They had the mystic shot the entire time. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, like maybe they were trying to play around deny, but the minute Karma was enlightened, a single mystic shot while I'm at 1 is going to make 2 copies. So I would have had to have 2 denies to stop that Mystic Shot. That also means my opponent had 4 Mystic Shots. Because they didn't get any from Ezreal, so... Alright, sadly, this trial stopped at 4 wins. We lost to 2 Fiora decks, and one of them was my mistake. It was a punt. And then we also lost to, like, crazy Karma combo. So, you know, unfortunately, wished we would have went a little bit deeper. Maybe I'll do another video. Like, maybe we'll just do this second trial as a series. Do another draft, play through the games. Because I feel unsatisfied with the 4 wins. We had the opportunity to draft Karma, but our list wasn't really built in a way to support it. You really do want to combine Karma with somebody like either Piltover or, you know, at times I really like to also combine it with, like, Freljord's pretty solid as well because you can create some interesting results that way, but like Piltover is the ideal Karma combo, so it is what it is. That's it. I'm a sad panda. I wanted to go deeper. We might just do this second run as another video series. So if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you watching future videos.